Good morning and happy Sunday. It's Super Bowl Sunday. I think I can say that word. Our big game Sunday. And I don't want to get copyrighted and infringed. It's going to be a great show today. I'm real hyped up. I got the incense in the back because, I had to have the vibe right, man, because my guy is just an amazing person. And I want to make sure that I do him justice. So I'm going to read from the script, my intro, because it got to be right. But welcome to the 1828 Project, creating Black history in Las Vegas. I am your host, Brandon Ward. So today we celebrate and highlight individuals and organizations that are creating positive change in our communities. Like I said, I am your host, Brandon Ward, and today we have a very special guest by the name of Robert Twix Taylor. Robert is a community activist. He's an entrepreneur, a prior candidate for North Las Vegas mayor. He is the owner of several successful businesses, including barbershops, salons, and a commercial rapping company. He's the best rapper alive. He has received numerous awards for his work in empowering the Black community in Las Vegas, including the Entrepreneur Empowerment Award from Shea Moisture, the Martin Luther King I Have a Dream Award from the MLK Hip Hop Showcase, and the Community Hero Award. I'm going to say that again. Hero Award from the College Pro Bowl Association. Robert, welcome to the 1828 Project. How you doing today, brother?
Hey, I'm doing vainglorious. Happy Soul Sunday, Super Soul Sunday. You dig?
That's right.
I'm glad to be here, man. That's an amazing intro, brother. I appreciate that, Mr. Brandon.
Thank you, man. It came out perfect on there. I wish I could have read it better, but I thank you so much. But look, I don't even think the intro really did you any justice. I'm gonna go right into to my first question, man, and tell these people who you are.
Okay, so I'm Robert Taylor, known as Twix in the community. I am a community activist. I'm a serial entrepreneur, and I'm just here to try to make a better future for our children, so they can do better than us, and their children can do better than them. So that's the whole goal.
That's right. And then give them a little bit about your background as well.
Got you. So I'm 45 years old. I opened my first business up at the age
of
how old? 45.
God, boy, you look like you about 25, man. Black, not crack, boy. You look good over there, man. That's what I'm talking about.
But thank you.
I'm sorry. I had to say
that. So I'm 45. I opened my first business up when I was 23. That's Em All North, which turned to a franchise, which ended up being 6 barbershops and 5 salons. Like Mr. Ward said, I've owned several businesses. I've owned the very first Black-owned tattoo shop in Las Vegas, used clothing store, photography business. Currently, I own a rapping business, a commercial rapping business, Best Rapper Alive with a W. And we do commercial windows, trucks, and cars. And I have another business I'm opening up as we speak. And once it opens, I will give you the information. But my big thing is it's an ebb and flow. You can have businesses, but you have to make sure you give back to the community. And that's just not when it comes to physical things, but tangible information to try to get your community ahead. So that's what I'm about.
Tangible information. I think that's why we titled it what we called it, right? You remember what the title of the episode was?
I remember.
Go ahead. What was it?
Information is more valuable than money, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, real quick, because I want to let people know why they in here, because they already starting to pile in. A lot of people reserve their spot. You know how we are. We come a little late sometimes, but we do got some people that's already here, and they already active in the comments. Sergeant Major Villalobo says, shout out to my big bro Twix, man. Thank you, Sergeant Major, for jumping on.
That hat is fly.
It is, man. My man put the right profile picture up. That's what's up. Anybody else who want to be involved in the conversation, be involved, write it in the comment section. If you got any questions for Twix, write it in the comment section. We'll make time. I'll make sure that I make some time to ask the question, and we'll put it on the screen as well. If you want to just give them a shout out, you want to give them some praise, you want to go give them some flowers, feel free to do that as well. Throw some emojis in there, whatever you want to do. I want you guys to be involved, very involved. Twix, what you got planned for today?
So actually, in 45 minutes, I will be First God in Christ. I received a message on Facebook. A young lady told me that one of their youth members is doing a Black History project and chose me to do the project on. And that just blew my mind. So the church, right. So the church asked me to come to the church so I could hear this young member do his project or her project. I don't know if it's a boy or girl about me. And they asked me to speak after that. So that's so humbling. I'm going to try not to drop a tear because that is that's touching right there, you know.
Yeah, man, that's beautiful. You know, that's what we pray for. We pray to create impact, and I do personality assessments, and just by just knowing what I see in you, you definitely are a parrot. It's somewhere over here, my little parrot. Here you go. But
hey,
yeah, that's my little parrot guy. But that's your personality, and you know we love influence because that's our superpower is influence. So when you have some children that admire and really are willing to acknowledge you, it's amazing. I know as a younger Black man, they would always ask us to do a project on somebody who was our hero, right? And it'll always be like Martin Luther King or it'll be Malcolm X, right? That was only two. So when you start having people within your community start to recognize the work that you do, it's very commendable, man. So just shout out. I know it feel good. So God bless you, brother. God bless
like,
you.
As yourself, we don't do anything. And I know I can speak for you, what I know from you, and I can speak for me also in my life. I don't do anything to get an award unless I'm actually in a competition, like a hair competition, right? Yeah. So any award or accolade comes, man, it's very humbling, and it's just something that I take pride in because it's something I could put on my wall and my kids could see it. You know, that's what their Black father has done, and hopefully they do better. So that's it, man.
Yes, sir, man. Leading by example. Like the comment section going up. Just B said, "Yo, my guy Twix, I love your energy, brother." Yes,
my God,
superpower, right? Here we go. Teddy Manning said, "2 young leaders doing great things in the Las Vegas community. Much love and respect." Man, I just love to be able to be named next to you. You know what I'm saying? Put my name next to Twix. I'm moving on up. I told my mama that.
Shout out. I saw the Marine outfit. My brother was a Marine. Rest in peace, man. So much respect to that.
Okay. That's my boy Teddy. And Teddy's son. Yep, Teddy's son is in the service. So shout out to my little nephew. Sergeant Major said, "I would love to see that. You are a role model to the youth as well as adults. You are an inspiration to the city."
Man, yeah. Right. Y'all gonna make me cry, man. I told you I'm trying to hold back my tears for church. So don't make me cry.
Oh. So, and you know, but this, that's what this is about. It's about getting your flowers, and not just getting your flowers and acknowledged from some organization or some sorority. No, this is a community. Like this is the community right here, brother, coming out and telling you, look, we recognize you and we love you, and we truly do. Bobby Murray said, "Twix."
What up, Bobby?
Sir. And then Montana Jones. Or Montana, I'm sorry. Yeah, dang, the comments is going up. Shout out to Twix for all this greatness in the community. And then I'm gonna give you one more. Terrence Thornton said, "Awesome work, Twix." My fellow Votech. Yes. Look at them, man. They showing up for you, bro. Look at you. Look at you. All right, real quick, because everybody think they know you, right? You ask anybody, you know Twix? They're like, yeah, I know Twix. I know Twix. Do you really know Twix? Well, Twix. But which one I want to ask you? What's something that they don't know about you?
A lot of people don't know is when I was young in junior high school at JD Smith, I was trying to be a knucklehead, and a lot of people don't know that until I tell my whole story. I was trying to follow a trend. I was being a follower. It was the height of the gangbang era. So, I was, in the mix doing bad things. I changed my life in 9th grade. So a lot of people don't know that because a lot of people met me after 9th grade. But before 9th grade, my name wasn't Twix. It was another name, and I cut that name out and changed my life, and I became Twix. Another thing, I played the piano. I took piano lessons also in junior high school. It's funny because I was trying to hide it from my friends. Once again, I was trying to be hard and trying to gangbang. So I literally was not letting them know I was taking piano lessons until my dad picked me up. It's like, boy, come on. My friend's like, where you going? My dad's like, he's going to piano lessons. I'm like, oh, no, don't tell him I'm going to piano lessons. But my friends was like, man, that's cool, man. I wish, our parents put us in piano. So because of that, it took my friends to tell me that was cool for me to feel that was cool. So it's a big thing of the people you hang around. It influence you a lot.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Can you play I Ain't Mad at You?
That's one of the
I'm gonna have to get you on the keys one day. Yeah. Like, Twix, can you hit that for me? Yeah.
It ain't gonna be great though. It's gonna be cool. It ain't gonna be great.
All right. It's all right. I know as long as I know what the tune is, we gonna all
We-
sing it. We're straight. We're straight.
Right.
So real quick, Twix, what
Yes,
does
sir.
creating Black history in Las Vegas mean to you?
It means everything because when people always say Vegas doesn't have any culture, no, Vegas does have culture. Vegas culture is money. Unlike other cities where they ran off of factories and other things that's happened or things that happened in the South back in the day, Las Vegas is a new city. So Vegas is all about money. So when it comes to creating history in Vegas, we are the ones who are actually putting in equity to our history. So it looks like changing something to where when somebody's from a neighborhood, they look at the neighborhood differently because of the people before them of the work they put in. So when someone says, yes, I'm from North Las Vegas, it means something positive, and that's what part of history is. We change the narrative of the negative connotation that people set upon you. And that's part of the history, and that's my full-time job. Representation, period. I will be the same person in nighttime and the daytime. I will always be the same person to make sure I stay current with my personality.
Yeah, I love it, man. Definitely, because the North Las Vegas has so much talent, potential. It's constantly growing. We got so many people coming from all over the place.
Sure.
Yes, definitely California, but not just California, man. I mean, from
Everywhere.
all over, and especially for you think some African American family, North Las Vegas is a perfect starting point. But it's also it's a perfect place to settle, especially if you can really get into real estate over here. I know we're continuing to grow. I know that we're continuing to be the representation is amazing. I know we're gonna talk about you running for North Las Vegas mayor, and we're gonna talk a little bit more about that experience as well. But before I get into that, let me acknowledge the people in the chat. Derek, what is that? McClanahan Washington said, nice change to see local Black folks celebrating local Black folks. Keep up the good work. Great show. Oh, thank you, Derek. Appreciate you, brother. Go ahead and share it, man. Share it and tell everybody else to join in. Twix about to go in. I haven't even asked Twix. We haven't even went in. We just doing introductory type stuff. We just
sharing.
Yeah, so share it, man. Get the algorithm going. I know all month we're going to highlight a different Black leader in the community. So all these people deserve acknowledgement. One more is Benjamin Davis. He said 100. So I'm pretty sure it was something you were saying because you've been keeping it 100 the whole time. One more. We got Don Else. Much love to Twix, RT, Mayor of North Las Vegas, Vegas Stand Up Energy. Yes, sir. 702, man. Look at that. That's a lot of love, Twix. So when I first came to Vegas, it was 2001. It was fall 2001, and I didn't know nobody at all, and I never had a chance to meet you. But I don't know if it was you were on the radio, but you was like throwing parties a lot. It was like all these parties, and then you then I used to see you drive around in this was it like a Thunderbird? And you used to change colors.
Yeah. I still got it. Yes, sir.
You got it. And that was all. That was all I knew about you. And then I knew you had your barbershops as well. And then as I started to learn more, I started to realize how much of a leader you were. It wasn't just business. I mean, you are truly using your voice and using your platform, and you really are spreading goodness throughout our community. You truly are creating Black history in Las Vegas. So my next question for you is, how did you get involved in community activism and empowering others?
Okay, thank you for that too. First, I'll start off. My father, who passed away about 5 years ago, my father was the neighborhood father. I'm from a neighborhood called Regal Estates. We call it Estates. And in the neighborhood, there wasn't a lot of fathers. And my father was very educated, real intellectual person. And what he did was he made sure when kids came to my house, because I was young, my sister and brother, they were the popular kids. So my sister and brother were the popular kids. So when all the kids would come to play with them, my father would make sure they learned the lesson first. He went to the used store and bought used desks and put it in the carport, which is not a garage. It's like a canopy almost connected to your house. And he would teach them lessons. So my dad became the neighborhood teacher. So it was embedded in me to be that type of person. But in fast forward life, when I became a barber, at the time, Lawrence Weekly was a councilman. And he asked me to cut hair for free for back to school. And I just got a barbershop open. And I said, okay. He invited like 5 barbershops. When I was the only barber there, so the other barbershops didn't come. And there was a line out the gym, like about 70 kids. I cut about 40 of them, and the other 30, I gave them a ticket to come get a my child. When I the feeling of giving back, I realized like I could do this myself. I don't need somebody to ask me to do it. I could start doing it. So ever since, and shout out to Lawrence Weekly, once he did that, I started doing free haircuts, and I started doing mentoring, and all it did was just take me back to my father, what my father used to do. That was embedded in me already.
Man, shout out to your father. What was your father's background?
So my mother and father from Tulsa, Oklahoma, where Black Wall Street is from. They met each other at Langston University, which is a Black university. And my father college for psychology and then switched it for teaching. My mother fell in love in college, got married, had my brother Alvin LaRon Taylor, then had my sister Alicia Taylor, then moved to Las Vegas. So I was the very first one in my family born in Las Vegas. That's why when I represent North Las Vegas, I represent it hard because I was the first one from my family to be born out here, And when they came to Vegas, they came out here to teach, but they ended up working in hotels. Nothing wrong with the hotel. We had a good, good life. But my mother and father would constantly tell us, "You're not working at a hotel. You're not doing that." And they're making money at that time in the '80s, right? But that's what influenced me and my sister and my brother to go different routes.
Man, shout out to mother and father. Shout out to Lawrence Weekly. His name has been coming up often in all of these episodes, and I think that I don't think people realize the impact that people have individually, right? People look at like the whole picture, and because other people have certain perspectives, people don't realize the impact that people have had on people's lives. I know that I've never been in a room where a brother was getting acknowledged or where people were just saying great things about somebody and his name didn't come up. I know his name has came up many a times in public forum when I was talking. When I was speaking as well.
Mm-hmm.
He's been very instrumental. And I love how you said as well that he invited you to do this, and then you got it in your mind, like, you know what, I can do this. Like, I really don't need no one to even give me permission, right? I got the influence. And that's kind of what people don't realize is the power of their influence as well. But that's what I love about Lawrence Weekly is he empowers you. He gives you that thought that why wait around? Stop waiting on stop waiting on somebody to come and save you. You got to save yourself. Stop waiting on somebody to come and save these people. God put it on your heart to be the person. You just got to, man, you got to listen. And I love that, man. So how important is that? I want to talk about that real quick. And it's not on the script, but how important is like mentorship and having somebody that can push you, that's somebody to see the potential in you, and then not just see the potential in you, to tell you that they see this potential in you. How important is that to a young man?
It's so important that in the past 25 years, every school, any entity, any group who asked me to speak to kids, I've never turned it down. Not one. Right? And I could easily be making money, and I have to ask my clients, can I change your appointments? I have to speak to the youth, and my clients understand that. That's how important it is. And every time I speak to the youth, I let them know, hey, listen, I could be somewhere else, but I'm here telling my story. Hopefully that I could, influence someone to change their life or be more positive in their life. And all I ask them to do is give back. That's how important it is. And I say it to them. It's important for them to see a Black man speak to them. Me growing up, I didn't have there's no Black leaders coming to our schools talking to us.
Right.
Especially in North Las Vegas. We didn't have that. So that I put that on my back, that I'll be one of the people who make sure I go and speak to our youth, and I'll constantly do that until I can't do it anymore. It's very important. We have to change lives out here.
Yeah, I've been doing it for about 6 years. It was 6 years, just back to back to back. I can't think of a school I haven't spoken at here. And usually when I speak, they give me the gym, man. And it's so many people don't want to talk in that gym because you cannot control that crowd. People think, but you really engage with a child. If you tell a story that connects with them, you got them.
And you got to know your audience,
right? Yes, sir.
You have my father told us growing up, if the environment controls you, you will always be a slave mentally. To be a king, you have to control the environment. So no matter where you go, that doesn't mean you have to be loud. right, or ridiculous. That just means you get into the environment, you understand it, you read the algorithms, then you know how to present yourself, and that's a big part of it when it comes to speaking to people in public.
Yeah, man. And when you connect with a child, what's that feeling like?
Pooh, connecting with a child you can't. There's nothing that can equal that. Now, once again, I'm not being pro young men, but because of we need to focus on our men a lot more. Our
Yeah,
women are doing much better. So that's when I say young men and our young black men, we need these ones on the front line of understanding how they need to change. So when a young man tells you, man, thanks for coming to my school, can you take a picture with me? I'm going to tell my parents I met you. Like that right there is everything, because
yeah,
now you're helping them to go in the right trajectory in life.
yeah,
Especially when you fast forward time and you put on all these seeds. It's people who are 30 years old who's like, yeah, you came to my school when I was 17, and because of you, now I own this. Because you said this to me, now I do this. Because of you said that, I made sure I stayed in my kid's life because you said the importance of your father being in your life.
yeah.
Like that right there, once again, it's not for an award, it's not for an accolade or a pat in the back. I'm only giving you information to help you out. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
hopefully that gets you in a better place in life.
Man, man. It's so fulfilling. That everything you saying is so fulfilling. Amber Jones said, "Hey, Robert Twix Taylor."
Man, that's Coach Amber. Come on, man. That's the queen right there. How you doing, Amber?
Yeah, shout out to Coach Amber J. Thank you for her support, constantly supporting.
Yes.
When I first started podcasting, she was the first show I did. I had a show with her. We was doing business coaching together.
Mm.
Yeah. Montana Jones asked, "Where did you grow up in the States?"
I grew up on 409 Ross, 10 years, 1977 to 1987.
All right.
Yeah.
Derek said Twix. It's blocking us, but I'm gonna bring it down after I read it. This is good for the podcast, for the audio. Twix, you made a good run for mayor and then threw your hat in the ring for city council. I ran for Ward 5 city council and did pretty well on no money, but I learned how to run better next election. What did you learn running for office? Did you feel the selection process for the city councilman was fair? And will you run again? All right. So you can just chop that up however you want to. You don't got to answer all of it, but
How you doing, Derek? Yes, sir. So the way they run the process is how they run the process. I can't get mad at the process because the process they appointed once Pamela Goins Brown became mayor, it was up to them who they appointed, right? I get talk this and that and this and that. I don't make excuses. I make adjustments, right? So with that being said, I'll be running for council for Ward 2 next year because I own my house in Ward 2 for the last 8 years. So I will run for Ward 2 councilman in 2024. And then
let's
2 years
go.
there, the mayor run to be up again. What I've learned in politics is you could go to school for political science. You could do all the research as much as possible, but until you run, you won't know a lot of things until you actually run. It's called politics for a reason, right? And what I did was I learned how to be comfortable in uncomfortable situations. If you're gonna be an elected official or you want to run, you have to master being comfortable in uncomfortable situations, and that's what I did. So now, because they know who I am, for those in the political realm who didn't know me or thought I was just playing around, I don't know why they thought that. Now they know I'm serious because I came to every single forum with information and new ideas, and I had everybody like, oh, that makes sense. I know how to connect with people, without changing my character or lying. So because of that, in my next run, it'll be even easier because the people I needed to get my point across, now they received me. So let's go.
Yes, sir. A lot of personal growth, right? From that
Yes.
experience, huh?
Yes, sir.
A lot of new connections.
New connections. Yes. like when I got divorced, I learned who I was totally. Right? A divorce to tap into every single emotion you have if you cared about your marriage, right? But when you run for an elected official seat, especially something big like a mayor, it will let you know who truly has your back and who plays the back, right? And you can't get mad at anybody because now you know how to make your war chest for the next time. So it's a great experience.
That's right, man. So you said divorce. How long ago was your divorce?
I was married for 8 years. Got divorced in around 2016. Yes.
Okay, all right. And came back and started going for power. Power. I see you.
Yep, I got the right one now. I got the right one now. I told myself I told myself I wasn't gonna get married again. I'm gonna get married again. I told myself if I didn't win mayor, I'm not running again. But because of the community, I'm gonna run again. See, God has a plan. You can make a plan, but God has an ultimate plan.
Shout out to the queen. Definitely shout out to the queen. All right, we're going to get into business a little bit. Can you tell us more about your businesses and how you have used them to empower the Black community in Las Vegas?
Got you. So with my barbershops and salons, first, a place of employment. To be able to make businesses, and it's cool to get a financial gain. That's cool. But like I tell everybody, smiles make money. So my objective is to make smiles. That's for my clients to come back, and smiles for anybody who works in my business, right? When barbers and beauticians say, hey, I want to work for you, I'm like, no, you're working with me, not for me. You have a license. I'm the HOA. I'm not your boss. So when they hear that, they know that I'm a different type of owner, right? And about half of my barbers, literally about 50% of my barbers, have been convicted felons before they became barbers. And not one of my barbers been back to prison since they've been a barber. That lets
people... That's commendable. If I had the little... I would play it. I got it. I'm going to get that.
Right. As y'all know, it's something like a 70% go back rate in the next years. For me not to have one barber, and I've hired over 300 people. Over 300 people in 20 years, right? And for me to have one barber to go back to prison, it shows society that as Black people, and especially as Black men, we don't want to hand out. We want to hand up. Let us know where it is, and we'll go get it. If we could fend for our family and support our family, we don't want to do other things. And that is a great example of that. When it giving back to the community, I'm a partner with Nevada Health District. We do blood drives once a month. I was on 80.2 days ago talking about how we do not blood drives, but we check people for diabetes. We do health checks. I was the very first shop in the state to do vaccines. Once again, I wasn't telling people go get your vaccine, but I did my research. I even got a degree at Maryland University about COVID and different type of viruses, but I let people know it's your choice to get it. But if you want to get the vaccine, you can get it at my barbershop, a place where you know that you're comfortable at versus going somewhere else. And we have Black nurses to actually give people the vaccine. So in general, I make sure my barbershop is a place of information all the way.
That was huge, man. I remember when I saw it, I was like, oh, they got my guy. They got him. They got my guy.
Hey, people see me up. Oh, man, how they talk you on? I say, man, listen, man, nobody talks me into nothing. I do what's right. If I'm the same person that let people get blood checks, if I'm the same person talking to kids about going to school and making sure they graduate, I'm the person who wants you to live longer also. So this goes all, do your research, do your own math, and find out what's going on,
Yeah, I was like, he's so influential. Once I saw you got the jab, I'm like, all right, I'm watching him now. All right, he looks like he's still healthy. Okay, still got he still got confidence, right? Yep, his eyes is they good. He looking straight at the camera.
Real quick too, I wasn't going to get it. I never got any vaccine in my life. I never got any vaccine, right? My mother got it, who was 72 when she got it. And I'm like, dang, my mom got it? And she's like, yeah, son. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to live. So I'm monitoring her. Then what happened was, once I said, you know what, I'm going to do the vaccines in my shop for whoever wants to get it, right? My partner, Patrick, he ended up catching COVID 2 days before the event. The event was on Saturday. So he got COVID on Thursday. Not saying he would have got the vaccine, but chances are, because he's my business partner, I got to lead by example, right? So he probably would have got it also, but he didn't get it. And he passed away 5 weeks later. And this is my business, like a brother of mine. He passed away from COVID. So when people's in the barbershop talking about, man, the vaccines could kill you. I'm like, man, who died from the vaccine? Because my partner died from COVID. All this talk y'all talking about, you know what I mean? Like I get emotional and real with that, because I know people who died from COVID. Tell me who died from the vaccine. People do their research. People read memes and think it's real. Now do your real research. Watch worldly news, not just CNN or Fox News. Watch BBC, watch PBS, watch Vox. Exactly. That's a whole nother story. Go ahead.
Nah, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. Amber Jones blowing up the chat. I'm gonna read through. Said power couple. We talked about the white. She clapped. Solution driven. Hands up. So dope. Robert Twix Taylor walks his talk and said, she said, you speaking facts, man. You definitely speaking facts. All right. So you received numerous awards and recognition for your efforts in the Las Vegas Black community. Can you tell us about some of those accomplishments and what they mean to you?
Okay, so I have my screen up because I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of a lot.
Man, it was, man. I was trying to decipher which one do I put in the in the description.
Let me see if I can get on my computer. Okay, so honestly, all the awards I receive, like pretty much hold the same weight to me. I know it sounds kind of cliche, but it does because whoever gave me the award, it meant enough for them to pick me to receive this award, right? But some of the awards I received the Trailblazer of the Year award from Special Congressional recognition from U.S. Senator Jackie Rose in 2021. I received the Clark County Official Proclamation of Leadership Award presented by Commissioner William McCurdy in 2021. I received a certificate of appreciation by the North Las Vegas Police Department for cutting hair for back to school in North Las Vegas 2021. Man of the Hour by the New York Culinary Experience. It's a, in my humble way to say, it's a lot of awards. I'll say this: all the awards mean a lot to me. Some awards stand out differently because of what they are. When I received the 40 under 40 award, they only give this award to 40 people in the Las Vegas Valley. This is North Las Vegas, Henderson, some period. They'll give it to 40 people, right? And under the age of 40. When I was 39 years old, I was a recipient of that award. And that meant a lot to me because that means they see me. You know what I mean? They see me. And when you look at the 40-40, and no knock on anybody else, usually it's people who are higher up in hotel positions. It's usually corporate people. You rarely find somebody who started from the bottom and they can receive that award, as in they own their own business. I don't have a boss. I haven't had a boss in 20 something years, right? So you rarely see somebody like that receive that award, especially being black, especially being a black male. And shout out to my sister Alicia Taylor because she received the award also.
Hey, Alicia, shout out to Alicia.
So that meant a lot to me because I never expected to even receive that award because I always felt that they don't look at people like me, like us.
Did you campaign for it?
I just when they did it when it was up, I said, hey everybody, they're doing nominations. If you want to nominate me, but I didn't know how the voting process worked. I didn't understand how it works or any of that. I just said, if you want to nominate me, here's the link. But they have to choose. They have to decide.
It's definitely a goal of mine.
You gonna get?
I'm pushing for next year.
There
I
we
didn't
go.
campaign this year. I was like, I received the message. I'm like, I should push it out there. But I'm like, nah, I really do. I feel like the work that I do this year, I feel like it deserves to be acknowledged next year. So I feel like I'm writing that story right now. You know what I mean? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But go ahead. Hey, you got more acknowledgments. I didn't want to just stop you. 40 under 40 is just such an amazing award, and it's something that I desire to receive as well. So go ahead, man. Keep talking about yourself.
All right, let's go. The Entrepreneur Award by Shea Moisture at the MGM. The Entrepreneur Award by KFABs, Kids for a Better Society. The Empowerment Award by Victory Baptist Church by the late, great Dr. Robert E. Fowler. The Citizenship Award by the Las Vegas Universal Steppers. The Best Promoter Award by Las Vegas Image Magazine. The Best Barber, Las Vegas, Black Las Vegas Image Magazine, 2015. Community Activist Award by DJ Mikey Louie. Community Leadership PHMA. I received a few awards from Urban Pride. I received like 4 awards from Urban Pride from being the best barber, best promoter, and community activist. I received a couple awards from Stretch Sanders, Minister Stretch Sanders, for being a trailblazer in the community. It's a lot of awards. I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot of it's a lot of awards. But
you got a wall? You got a wall over there somewhere?
Yeah, it actually have a double loft. In my double loft, I got all the awards in the double loft. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna have to go. You got to take me on a tour someday, sir. I gotta get it, man.
You are definitely invited to the house. But at the end of the day, though, like when it comes to awards and stuff, I'll trade all that in for one person to say that life was changed.
Mm-hmm.
I'll trade all that in. One person says, now people have told me that, but the severity of the situation, like it's so serious that we're here to help other people. The awards is great and it's a great honor. I appreciate it, but we're here to help others.
Would you say that at the 40 under 40 is the award that meant the most to you, or do you have one that does mean the most to you?
Once again, they all mean they're all the same weight. You know, the 40 and 40 was different. That was unexpected. That's what that's why that got me. That was unexpected. And my very first award was from the city of Las Vegas in 2012 when they gave me the Trailblazer Award. So that was the very first award I ever received versus being in competitions. So that meant a lot to me because my first award. But I remember Minister Stretch when he was on his come up to where he's at a big position now, but on his come up, he asked me would I come because he wanted to give me an award. And I said, yeah, I'll be there. And then he told me this. He said a lot of people that he asked to present the award to said they didn't want it. And he said he felt that way because he felt that they were too big to receive the award from small little him. That's how he felt, right? He said, yeah, I think they feel they're too big to receive an award from me. I said, Stretch. I said, if they feel that way, they're lost. I said, every award holds the same weight because it takes a person or it takes a group to believe in you enough to recognize you. I said, so anytime you have an award, brother, I'll receive it because every award is going on my wall so my kids could see it, so my kids could achieve it and my kids could do better than me, you know? So that's why every award it holds the same weight.
I love it. I love what you, and I love that you just mentioned Stretch. I just had him on the show, matter of fact, before you. I don't know if you had an opportunity to, but if you get a chance, you can go to listen to the show, but definitely go to the end of the show. He was able to introduce you for today's episode.
That's awesome.
It was a really
good. Won't he do it?
It was a really good intro, man. I love that part of the show because it's so authentic, and some people know people and some people don't. The best part is that we can make connections for those who don't. So, you know, we're going to create a little fraternity or, you know, sorority, whatever. You know, we'll have some women on here, too. I just got to get them to start turning in their sheets.
Message.
Right, turning in the sheets. All right, before I go into the next question, chat line still going up. Oh, we got some hand claps. Keith Start. Yo, my bros. What's up, brother Keith, man? I talk to Keith while you on here. Keith, we got to connect, man. I get over there to the school. That was about 2 months ago we talked.
Right.
He said,
go, Mob.
Hey, go. Everyone said you deserve them all because you are a real man of integrity and change. Man, that's what's up, brother. And then Don Ellsworth, he voiced how he felt about the vid. So I suggest you to go read that when we all done and you get some time at the church, brother. But,
okay.
You know, everybody still feel how they feel about the vid and they had their experiences.
Yeah.
But Don, I want to make sure I acknowledge you, brother. I'm not overlooking you. Thank you for participating in the chat.
Indeed.
Right. So let me see. Let's go. Where we got on the next one? I know we got to get up out of here quick because I know you got to go. Here we go. What do you believe are some of the biggest challenges facing the Black community in Las Vegas today? And how are you working to address these challenges?
Some of the big challenges facing Las Vegas today are the same challenges that we are facing as a nation. Black fathers, you know, being at home, and financial literacy. Those two things, we could talk about anything, but to me, everything goes back to that. You know, us Black fathers, you know, taking a hold of our power and utilizing our power like it should be, and us understanding when it comes to financial literacy, the importance of home ownership. I preach that all the time, and nobody talks about that in the Black community. Even elected officials don't speak about that. Our Caucasian counterpartners over the age of 21, 72% own homes. Hispanics, 57% own homes. We are 51%. The reason that's important because we all grew up playing the game of Monopoly, right? You can't win Monopoly unless you what? Own property. If you don't own property, what are you doing? You're passing go and paying somebody else. So at the end of the day, on the first, you're going to pay somebody else or pay yourself. It's important that you actually own the land you're on. If you've been working for 2 years and you can get past the 630 credit score, you could own a home. And it's very important because you can pull equity out your home, put your kids through college, open up a business, you know, and do multiple things. So to me, those are the two biggest things that I key in on. That's my role. You can have another role. Anybody can have his role. She can have her role, but that's my role. Making sure to represent for Black men, to be, you know, in the home, and to make sure we're at the school talking to these teachers and to understand financial literacy.
Man, man. We're going to remember that, right? At 40 minutes, you said what you just said, because at the end of the show, it's gonna be a connection. You're gonna be like, oh, all right, gotcha. But you're definitely right, man. Especially with teachers, home ownership is very important, and I feel like they should get the same benefits as like veterans do.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I also think they should all get a Tesla. That's just one thing. I'm campaigning for them all to get a home, and they all get a Tesla.
Right.
And I feel like that will make them feel more appreciated, not just in the now, but in the long run, longevity wise. So, if we can add that into one of them campaigns, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Shout out to the teachers out there.
In Vegas. I do a teacher drive every year to where I don't have a nonprofit. I'm working on my nonprofit now, finally, but I never had one. Everything I've done has been out of my heart and out of my pocket, period, right? But for the last about 4 years, I do a thing to where people donate money and I put my own money in and I get school supplies. And I ask people, let me know a teacher you like. And I personally drop the supplies off to the teacher. Teachers get a small amount of money to buy their materials. And when our kids don't come to school with their pens and their papers, the teachers come out of pocket to get it. So at least if we can't give our teachers a raise, we could be the ones to give teacher supplies at least. So that's something I've been doing for the last few years also.
Definitely, man. That's commendable as well. That's awesome. Now, how you doing on time? Because it's 10:46 and I don't want you to
be late. I got 4 minutes.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean,
down the street, luckily, but let's go.
All right, here we go. I want to make sure I ask you these then. Okay. Can you speak on the importance of creating a strong and supportive Black community in Las Vegas?
I kind of hit on that when it comes to my big thing about fathers in general, but we need to start. We got to understand this city is a transit city. Most people aren't from here. I'm from here, but my parents weren't, right? So how can I act different towards you because you came from somewhere else, right? So for those who are true locals, we do have to start embracing the ones who come out here, right? Yeah, we vet them because we have a lot of stowaways and throwaways who come out here also. I will keep it real, right? But for those who like Brandon, like Coach Amber, who come out here bringing to the city, we have to embrace them and we have to get together, just not North Las Vegas, but North, West, Summerlin, and find these places. Yeah, we could party together, but we have to politic together. We should have the same way we go on party and go to all these different clubs. Hey, how you doing? Same way we go to different clubs. We need to sit down and have community mixers, right? That's what I'm putting together right now, community mixers. I'm not calling them town halls because nobody's going into a town hall. But you say community mixer, okay, you might come. You might want to see what's, be interested in the information. So it's very important.
I love it. Here we go. What advice would you give to a young person who wants to get involved in the community? Not just in get involved, but in leadership.
Okay, I would say
and stewardship as well. I'm gonna say stewardship because not everybody want to lead. Some people just want to support.
True. Do your due diligence, and that's on everything. Like, see who's doing what. You have the internet, right? So see who's doing what, and then send them a message. When people send me a message, hey Twix, I know you don't know me, but I want to be involved. Can you put me on your group email when you do something? That's how you can get involved one way. Another way, in your neighborhood. If there's something wrong in your neighborhood, if there's trash, if you start picking up trash in your neighborhood, adults will see like, wow, this youngster's picking up trash. You're helping your neighborhood out, and then you could actually start a whole revolution in your neighborhood just by getting graffiti off yourself and doing certain things, putting equity in your community. You can start right now by doing things in your community that you want to fix. You don't have to wait for lunch. You don't have to wait for somebody to ask you. You can start right now.
Exactly. That's what Lawrence Weekly told you. All right. Community members who deserve acknowledgement.
Oh man. For those, you got unsung heroes, 2 people don't know about who are doing things behind the scenes. So first, shout out to everybody who doesn't get an award. Shout out to everybody who's putting in work, helping the leaders, because you're shining too, okay? Besides that, Big Keith, major shout out. Sweet Lou Collins, major shout out. Lady AK, Craig Knight at 88.1, everybody at 88.1. Biz Anderson, Brian Harris works his butt off for everybody. Brian Harris gives out $500,000 worth of food a month. Once again, Brian Harris gives out $500,000 of food a month with Rodney, and nobody even helps him out. These people need acknowledgement. These people, need our love, and it's much more. So if I missed your name, I'm sorry. I'm ahead of, the time's kind of, but yes.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So you got a couple of events coming up.
Brandon, you.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. I love you for that. Yep. We got a couple of events coming up. Tell them about that coffee and commerce event on Tuesday or Wednesday. What is it?
I got to get my events. Coffee and commerce. Go to my page because I'll be speaking early in the morning, coffee and commerce. I think it's 8 a.m., but go to my page. I don't want to mess it up. I will be the keynote speaker for that. There's also Minister Stretch doing the event coming up. I will be on the panel for that when it comes to the state of the Black community. I'm also doing a health event, a health mixer at the Drip Bar on the 18th, February 18th. There's a lot of events coming up. Go to my Instagram at Vegas Twix. Once again, that's at Vegas Twix with 2 X's. Or go to my Facebook under Robert Twix Taylor. I will put all the information on there. The health is wealth. The wealth conference. Yeah, I'm on that too. With a shout out to Greg DeVille. Shout out to the DeVille family. They're amazing in Las Vegas. There's a lot coming up. I gotta go, but go to my page and be on it.
All right, and then you already was on it. So this is the last thing, Robert, and I got you. This is it. So I need you to announce my next guest real quick, and I'm gonna hurry up real quick. I know you gotta go. Man, let me hear. Okay. Dang. I thought the transition was smooth. I had it ready, and then for some reason, it just didn't pop up. Here we go. And our next guest tomorrow will be on February 12th, Mr. Greg DeVille.
Cool. So on our next show, February 12th, you make sure you turn in because we're going to have the amazing real estate guru, Mr. Greg DeVille.
All right. Thanks, Robert. I appreciate you, sir. You are creating Black history every day. I love you, brother. I appreciate you. Be safe. Who you got for the Super Bowl today?
I think the Chiefs going to do it by 1 touchdown.
All right.
But real quick, I just found out that President Biden's wife is an Eagles fan and she's going to the game. And you know who wins the Super Bowl goes to the White House. So because of that, politics, Eagles might because of that.
That's for y'all handicappers out there. All right, Twix, man. Shout out to you, brother. Pray for me at the church. I love you. Be safe out there. I'll see you soon.
Thank y'all. Peace.
All right. That's it, man. Look, that was amazing, wasn't it? Twix bring great energy, doing amazing things in the community. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to everybody who joined today. Man, just for you being involved is a blessing. I don't want your chat and your comments to go unnoticed. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to go up and down. Amber Jones said, take care. Keith Stark was talking about Philly today. I like the Philly too. It's crazy because I had the Eagles showing the whole time. It might mean something, right? So I'm going with Philly. I know they beat up on my squad. Right? They beat up on my squad. Don said, action and less talk. Real talk, Twix. Yeah, definitely. Amber said, great show. Thank you, coach. I appreciate you. Constantly appreciating you for your support and your engagement. Don said, humanitarian has always been in his spirit. Yeah, I think he going to be a humanitarian. That's one of my goals as well. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to achieve it by bringing these birds to the school system, the education system. So anybody that's in the education system, Mr. Keith Stark, I know you got a nice connection you can connect me with, but I would love to bring my birds into your school and help these kids learn about personality and behaviors and bridging the gap in the connection with teachers. You know, we talk, man. We're going to set up a good meeting. Yep. Community mixer. We got the community mixer. That was a real good event. And he's going to continue to do more events. Amber, shout out to your events, you know. But shout out to everybody that's bringing value and love to the community. Shout out to everybody that's doing it their own way, whether you're helping out children, whether you're helping out mothers, whether you're helping out single mothers, whether you're helping out people within the military vets, helping out people go from military into entrepreneurship, helping out people get into home ownership and equity like Greg DeVille and Marquetta DeVille. But everybody is serving a purpose. Shout out to Vanguardian Global, Tasha White in their events. Shout out to my wife, Tiffany Ward, and her sound bowl healing. Anybody looking for some healing, you know, you can contact her. You can go onto our website and look up the healing coach, and she can help you out. But just shout out to everybody. Happy Sunday. Y'all enjoy the game. If you don't like the game, it's a perfect opportunity for you to get out and network and just meet people. Figure out what your crowd is. Figure out, you know, what your niche is. Figure out who it is and what type of people you need to meet. Go into that environment, You know, act like you're paying attention to the game a little bit, but get to know people while you're there. And I'm gonna tell you, a lot can happen just by going to an event and having your mind set on that goal of just meeting the right person, whether it come to business or whatever your goal is. But man, come out on my next show, Greg DeVille. You know, we're gonna talk about equity and home ownership and how Greg DeVille is the biggest Black real estate company in Las Vegas, also in North Las Vegas. But not just that, man. He's a great, amazing person with a great, amazing heart. I know he also do some pastoring. He get on stage and he be in the pulpit. But he's a man of faith, man of God, and he's been there for me. I'm telling you already, like in my life, I didn't even expect for the man to be there in times in need. But you know, God always send you the right people at the right time. All right. So if I sent you a link, definitely I would love for you to come on. It's either I recommended you to come on the show or somebody who was on the show recommended you. I need to get you guys scheduled. I think I got about 5 days remaining. I still need to get somebody for the 18th, the 19th, the 25th, the 26th, the 27th, and the 28th. But at the 28th, I'm trying to get the brother from the Economic Opportunity Board from the Senior Center. So if anybody got a connection down there with that brother, I would love to have him come on the 28th. I know he also is like a historian as well. So I think he's gonna bring a amazing perspective to be able to put this thing all together. I'm doing a lot of people that's doing the work right now. It's gonna be amazing to hear somebody acknowledge the people who have done the work, decades ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, when segregation and, they wasn't trying to get people to come to the West Side. I would love to get those names voiced on the show as well. So, man, I love y'all. Thank y'all for riding with me this morning. Y'all have an amazing day. It's about to be 11 o'clock. We still got so many things that we can do. It's great weather today. Get outside, get some sun. If you got grass nearby, take your shoes off, go stand in the grass and get grounded, right? Get grounded, say a prayer to God, to the universe, whatever you believe in, and just show appreciation for life, for peace, and for a brighter future. We are creating Black history in Las Vegas. And I'm proud, man. I'm proud to be amongst all these heroes and, all these great people. And to even have them acknowledge me is very rewarding. So Twix calling right now. He probably did. I wonder what he going to say. What's up, Twix? He hung up. I don't know what happened. All right, y'all. Well, I'm out. Enjoy y'all day. Kiss the kids. Blessings to the family. Blessings to your business. Blessings to your friendships. And blessings to your future. No one wants you to win more than I do.